You are live. What's up, everybody? Tony with BlueGreen Artifacts, pickups with BlueGreen Artifacts. Thank you for tuning in. I am trying to bring this YouTube channel back from the dead. So please give me a little like, give me a little subscribe, give me a little ring the bell, all that bullshit. BS, sorry. Yeah, all we really do here is go through stuff that we're picking up, stuff that we're buying, that I am buying. And maybe a little bit about why I'm getting it, what I plan to do with it. Let's just get rolling. I went to one of my local comic shops that I haven't been to in a while because they moved to a location a little bit farther away, and grabbed some new books, grabbed some old books, and here we go. So this is NYX Nix number 1, that Rose Besh cover. I think this is the 1 in 10 black and white retailer variant. They had this for cover price mixed in with all the regular covers. I like the color version a lot better. I think this is Rose Besh's best work by far, but for cover price for the 1 in 10, why not? I think I've got a couple copies of, I did grab a couple copies of the regular trade dress with the color as well. The color in my camera really sucks. You really can't even get the full extent. I do chase certain artists. Rose Besh is one of those artists now. I don't buy everything that she comes out with, but definitely want to pick up her better books. I've been on a Scotty Young kick. So this newer Black Panther number 1, cool Scotty Young cover. Gary Nusser gave me a heads up on this. This is Marauders number 22. This character, the brunette character there next to the White Queen, is the new Black Queen in the Hellfire Club. And her first appearance is in a book. I can't remember her name now. This is her first cover. This isn't her first appearance. Her first appearance is actually back in the 80s in an issue of Classic X-Men, believe it or not. This Patrick Gleason Stormbreakers variant cover for Timeless number 1. Digging that. All right, we have been on a Gabby and Laura kick. Honey Badger X23. This is all new Wolverine annual number 1. Sorry. I don't know who did the art on this. I should look at that. But this is awesome. An awesome graphic with Jonathan and Spider-Gwen. Let's see. Let's aim it this way. There we go. I've seen this art used on other products, on like a canvas bag or something like that. We got a bunch of copies of them. Like I said on the last one, I've been on a kick with Gabby and Honey Badger. There's probably a few books, including this one. X23 number 2, this cool second print, is going for good money. I found this one. I think some of these were eBay purchases on top. I think I got that one for about $5. This is a fun one. Robert Fordham and my friend Josh at International Comics would know this. This is the Mexico variant for an issue of Classic X-Men. That's a Dark Phoenix. This is not new cover art. This was used on the Classic X-Men. I forget what issue. In the US, this is issue 164 for $900. But no, it didn't really cost that. Just love the art. Dark Phoenix, the Mexico variant. Thought that was cool. Thought I'd pick it up. If you watched the last one, you know what this is too. This is Rogue One number 2, first appearance of Tam Posla, one of the possible side characters they would use with Dr. Aphra. The people who paid attention to Dr. Aphra were buying the Black Chrysanthemum books before he showed up on the show. So it would be a good idea to go find some more of those Dr. Aphra characters. This is the 1 in 25. That Tam Posla, he was part of her crew, and then she actually betrays him for her love interest. This is the regular cover A. Got a number of those. 4 copies of that. 4 more. Another Gabby Laura book. This is all new Wolverine number 19. This is the 1 in 10. There was actually a 1 in 1,000 for this issue 19. For some reason, a black and white Matina Venomized variant of X-23. So there are some of these out there, but again, a cool feature cover with Honey Badger and X-23. I think we're getting into stuff from the local comic shop. Went to Hot Comics today and just grabbed anything that I could. I do sell quite a bit on Whatnot. This Noto cover for Black Widow is just beautiful. I don't even know if you can really grasp it. Don't know anything about this book, but just had to pick that one up for the cover. I do pick up these John Taylor Christopher feature covers for the Black Order when I see them. They're not really worth anything now, but if they're in good condition. We are picking up the cool feature covers for Kingpin now that D'Onofrio is in the MCU. Try to grab America Chavez. She's on the cover of this Civil War #2 variant edition. Kind of weird art. I don't know. It looks like Stephanie Hans a little bit. What else we got here? We got a couple political ones. We got the Justin Trudeau issue of Civil War #5. Most of these were $3-4, just pulled out of bins. Another, I want to say this is a incentive variant. I'm not sure though, but it was only $4. I don't go for all of these headshot variants, but quite a few of them were qualifiers. And Black Panther, thought why not? I've been hunting these down for a while. This is actually Sam Wilson, Captain America #12, a Black Panther variant cover month. This one, obviously, we have Shuri, which is cool. And we've got Tula Lotay as the artist, which is, the art is really awesome. I have a shit ton of these, a lot of them. I apologize if my kids are watching. Somebody else was showing this one recently. This is a cool Scotty Young, and I kind of stumbled on it. Captain America White #1, a very cool Scotty Young graphic style cover. Got that for $6. Scotty Young covers, most of those I'm selling on Whatnot. They tend to sell for at least $15 a piece there. We've got a decent Venomized villain variant for Doctor Strange #25. I don't grab all the Venomized stuff, but this was, I just bought this because of the cover. It is a second print for Daredevil #31. Same art, just a little bit different shading, but that white and red really pops. I pick this up whenever I see it. This is the first appearance of Constrictor and first cover of Constrictor. I always love that villain, and he doesn't get used very much, so he is not really on anybody's radar. But for $5, a nice high-grade copy. This is another political one. This is the 5th print of this Amazing Spider-Man #583 with Barack Obama. We talked about Classic X-Men. This is one Classic X-Men cover I always grab. This Art Adams Phoenix cover of issue #9. And then we talked about that one earlier. This is that first appearance in issue #7. Most people don't realize that there could be a first appearance. After all, Classic X-Men started in the 80s, and it began right around just after Giant Size X-Men. And it kind of reprinted that start of the Chris Claremont run. So you could kind of relive the beginning of the X-Men in newer comics without having to go hunt them down. But they also did, along with the reprinted story, each of the first 30 issues or so had side stories, had an additional story at the end that was original. Most of them were really short, just 2 or 3 pages or something like that. But every once in a while, they would introduce a new character. There was a new character, Sebastian Shaw from the Hellfire Club, his love interest, who first appeared in this issue and then died, but was brought back to life later and is currently part of the storyline in Marauders and has become one of the Hellfire Club. By the way, I'm giving total credit to Gary Nusser for that. I did dig into these Classic X-Men can find the first appearances, but he was the one who pointed out that she is now in Marauders. So I don't go after all of these action figure variants, but when it's Miles Morales, sure. In Ultimate End #1, picked up a couple of these Spider-Man. This is kind of a cool, another political cover, kind of a gun control cover in Spectacular Spider-Man #70. They had a bunch of high-grade issues of that. They actually had a whole run of Clone Wars, including #1. I did not grab because it was $950 raw. But this was a nice copy of #5. That one was a little bit more. That was $12, I want to say. Any of these 90s blingy covers, if they're in high grade, excellent condition, I will pick up. This Doctor Strange 50. It might be worth sending off to CGC. Why not? This has become a key, and this is a very high-grade copy of West Coast Avengers #1, first appearance of the West Coast Avengers. And it's looking, we very well could get the West Coast Avengers as a movie. It would actually kind of make sense at this point. These Agents of Atlas characters have really started to blow up in this Atlantis Attacks #2 variant edition. I don't know who the artist is. I want to say that is Wave from the Agents of Atlas, but kind of a cool cover. I don't have a high bar when I'm just going to local comic shop if they're $3-4. Another Scotty Young, buying to sell. A lot of these we'll just put them away. I found this at a different shop a couple weeks ago and really loved the cover. And they had 2 copies of it here. This is Avengers Number 490. And it has a really cool She-Hulk and the Incredible Hulk feature cover where they're facing off against each other. Really like it. So if I like it, maybe somebody else will like it too, right? All right. What else? That might be it from the local comic shop. Oh, I went really quick. Last time I spent a ton of time on that. Along with pickups this week, last night I was getting some things ready to send off to CGC. I'm going to try to get on a better schedule of sending books to CGC. So let's go through. I picked out 50 of my best books that I want to send off. I am going to send them, all of them, to get pressed first, dry cleaned and pressed. Even if they look perfect, to make sure. So we're going to do this Uncanny X-Men 133. I picked this up from Skeleton Key on Whatnot, a really high grade copy. My favorite comic book battle. When I started reading the Dark Phoenix saga was my favorite graphic novel. It was my favorite run. And that battle with Wolverine fighting the Hellions, the Hellion thugs in the sewers. I'll just always remember that. Such a great one. I picked this up at a Half Price Books about 6 months ago for $70, which was a little expensive for a Half Price Books. But I think it's got a shot at a 9.8. So we'll send that one in. I picked this one up on Whatnot from my good friend Adam at Strange Tales to Collect, a high-grade copy of the first appearance of Silk, the 1 in 25. Swordmaster has been a thing recently. This is issue #1, the second print. We've got a couple copies of this. Actually pulled these out of Walmart bags. These were showing up in the Walmart 3-packs when they were putting in the second prints. These second prints, or the late printings, these look to be in high grade to me. So I think they both have a shot at a 9.8. We shall see. This isn't quite as cool as it looks. Oh, actually it is. This is the Mexico variant of Edge of Spider-Verse #2, first appearance of Spider-Gwen. They did 2 covers for this. They did this one and they did the land cover. I'm told it's about half and half. But the interesting thing on this, I've been talking to Josh from International Comics, is the corner. Do you see the corner, how it's curved? These have the top corner has a curve cut. And it's not just where it was cut. We compared this with a regular one, and actually that letter L at the end on the version that has a 90-degree corner, the L is shifted over a little bit closer to that end line. And most of them are not like this. You can find this one and the land variant that have the curve. And from what I understand, other books as well. This publisher or whatever release this was, I don't know. Josh was trying to dig into it and try to figure out why it happened and how rare it is, but it seems to be extremely rare. So, yeah, we're gonna get this one graded. I don't know. This one is not a 9.8, but most comics you get from other countries aren't. So, these two, I got to say a big shout out to Whatnot. I was one of the first 50 sellers for comics on Whatnot, and the back of this Invincible #1, Tyler Kirkham, which you can't see, has my name on it, BlueGreen Artifacts. I am actually on this comic, and for us first 50 who got on this comic, they did send us these two covers for free. So that's awesome. I appreciate it, and I'm gonna get them slabbed. So we've got the trade dress and the version variant. I did pick up a foil variant that I turned around and sold like 2 weeks later. This is a big boy book. First appearance of Boba Fett, Star Wars 42 newsstand. And this is a high grade one. I don't think it would be 9.8, but it will be high grade. So I'm cool with that. We'll see what that comes back as. I went to Half Price Books that had a big run of these Copper Age, Bronze Age Spider-Man. So they had got a first Madame Web. We just got word on that today. Picked this one up on Whatnot from Comics Lounge for I think I paid over 100. I think I paid like 105, which is a deal on this book. This is pretty. There are no spine ticks on this one. Those are pretty corners. I don't think it's a 9.8, but still, first Black Cat, high grade. Love it. Love it for $100. Hell yeah. Pick these up on Whatnot. Actually, I picked up a full run of this from Keep It Thorough. This is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Empire Dark Temple. It was a 5 or 6 issue miniseries, and they had either a 1 in 10 or a 1 in 25 of every issue, and he had all of the variant ratio incentives. So I bought all 5. I'm only sending these 2 in for now. I'm going to hold on to the other 2. These are the ones that have some value. They're all at high grade. They're really pretty looking. I don't remember who the first appearance is, but Jedi Fallen Order was a video game, and Star Wars video game comics, I am very high on this one. And the Old Republic, they had that comic series, a couple comic series that led into their MMO, their PC online game. So sending those off to get graded as well. Not too much Star Wars in this. Found this one at a Half Price Books for like $5. A very high grade copy. No, I think it was like 15. Very high grade copy of X-Men number 97. Again, really pretty spine. I've had this one for almost a couple years now and haven't done anything with it. It is not a 9.8, but this is the first appearance of Red X. Teen Titans Go number 23. That is an expensive book. Another Swordmaster. This is the 1 in 25 of issue number 1. Another book that is blown up recently. Sending that one off. Got a copy of this for about $100 raw, and happy I did. Moon Knight number 3, a Varegi variant cover. Just a really cool hieroglyphic style design. That is a big book now too. This I got off of, I don't know where I got these. I think I bought these raw, $30-40 each. Contest of Champions number 8, the variant by, I think Raza did this, but just the best characters to have. You got Black Panther, you got You got the Blue Marvel, you got Monica Rambeau, you got America Chavez. Just a really cool cover. Those have been doing really well. I know this was on our Prospect 10 list back when we were doing those. We're trying to revive that. I am part of the Modern Playbook crew on Tales from the Flip Side as well. And we were putting out these Prospect 10 lists. This wasn't my nomination, but somebody else had nominated this, and it was, I love the book, so I did go out and get a couple copies of my own. This is an X-Men book that I always try to get. It is not cheap, even raw, but X-Men 107, this is the first appearance of like a million characters. My reason to be here, hey, cool, man. Marvel Man, thank you for stopping in. That you're talking about the Contest of Champions. It's a category that most people flip over. I mean, if it's sitting in a back bin, nobody digs to look for a Contest of Champions. So if you do and you find it, its chances are it'll be there for $4 or $5. But this X-Men 107, we have the first appearance of the Starjammers is the big reason why everybody chases this. But it is also the first appearance of the Shi'ar Imperial Guard, which is this cosmic group of heroes, including Gladiator. Gladiator is kind of a cult favorite for a lot of people who were reading comics back then. He's got this giant, just audacious mohawk. He would be cool to see on screen someday. So, but these books that have multiple first appearances are awesome because they've got so many different ways to blow up. Gladiator, man, I'm telling you, that's who I want to see on screen. Starjammers, I think that would be just like getting the Guardians of the Galaxy. You know what I mean? Kind of a goofy human, stuck up leader, and then a cast of characters. But the Shi'ar and Gladiator, that's who I want. I found this at my local comic shop about 6 months ago for $20. Marvel team up Spider-Man and Frogman. This is the first appearance of this White Rabbit character who has shown up. She keeps showing up, and kind of a cult character. This is a really high grade copy. I think in 9.8 this is selling for a good $300 or more. So why not? This was another one I got off the Prospect 10 list. Somebody had nominated it. I want to say this is the first appearance of the version. I'm totally having a brain fart right now. The young version of the new Pym, Nadia Pym, as the Irredeemable, or no, what was her name? Something, I forget the adjective before her wasp name. But anyways, this design variant is kind of her big one. And then the last two of that stack of 25, I've always liked Silver Sable. We have two newsstand high-grade copies of Amazing Spider-Man 265, first appearance of Silver Sable. Those are going off. So that's my first stack of 25. My next stack of 25 is a little bit more boring, but not to me. Last year, the beginning of 2020, is when I started pre-ordering books. Like not just one book, but if I had a good feeling about a book, I would buy many of them and just stash them away. And I've probably spent way too much money doing that. However, in a case like this, it's going to be worth it. So we got 25 books, all Strange Academy. This is the regular cover A. The 9.8s are going for $350 to $400. We've got 5 copies of that puppy. And we've got the character spotlight variant from Art Adams. We've got 5 copies of that one with Emily Bright. This one is going for $200 to $250. We've got this wraparound kind of design variant, 2 copies of that. We've got the J. Scott Campbell, not the Virgin variant from his website, but the regular variant. There are 5 copies of that one. Those are going for $200 to $250. There is one of the regular Scotty Young. Scotty Young actually did 2 variants for Strange Academy number 1, oddly enough. We do hunt down Walmart packs. So there's one of the blue variants for Strange Academy 1 and 2 of the red. They did this twice. The first time they had the red logo, and the next time they had that blue logo. And then finally, issue 1, the 5th print, which is supposedly the lowest print run of all of them. The 5th print, there's 4 copies of that one. So yeah, we're gonna have a whole Strange Academy party when those come back. It feels good though, because God, I've spent a lot of money on pre-ordering a lot of stuff that has not panned out. So to have something pan out, I can kind of scratch some of that money back. Yeah, I did get. I was chasing the Breakfast Club, the 1 in 50. I had 3 copies of that, but I already graded those a long time ago. Those exploded in price a long time ago. And I think I sold off 2 of them. I think I still have 1 left. Mr. Brian McClay asked if he could purchase it if I can find it. So, but otherwise, that's really all we got going on. Marvel Man, thank you for stopping by. Give me a little click, give me a little follow, and that's really all we do here. Is we just go whatever we're buying, whether it's on eBay or at Half Price Books or at local comic shops, or pre-ordering through TFA, Things from Another World. We just kind of show what we're picking up. I am primarily a seller. I buy things to either sell now or grade and sell or hold on to for a long time until they appreciate in value. Of course, there's things in my own personal collection that I'm just going to hold on to, period. But for the right price, you know, it's fun to turn this hobby into a way to actually pay a few bills on the side. So, all right. Peace. Have a good night, Marvel Man. Catch you all next time.